I'm Dick Haugland from the class of 1965 at Haugland University. However, I was also a professor at Haugland from 1975 to 78 in chemistry. And my wife and I received honorary doctorates in humane letters from Haugland in 2006. I was a Minnesota kid. I grew up in Faribault and went to all my school years in Faribault. And I was a good student, but not necessarily the best student in that school. So I initially started at Haugland as an undergraduate student in the fall of 1961 as a math major. However, in my second year, I decided to become a pre-doctoral student. In doing that, I was required to take chemistry and zoology. And in chemistry, I first met Dr. Ole Rundquist, who is a very influential person in my life and is one who's probably made, in many ways, the biggest difference in my life was the decision to study pre-med and eventually be a chemist. Ole said essentially, you're going to be a chemist, there are no other options. And that's pretty much what really happened because of Ole. The company that we started while at Haugland became very successful, and when we sold the company in 2003, we had about 250 employees with about 65 PhDs. At that point, I decided to start looking for other opportunities, and we had already started supporting programs here in Thailand, and I decided to come to Thailand just to explore the opportunities. I stayed near a school and home for needy children in Kanchanaburi, northwest of Bangkok, for about a year, and then decided that this is fun, but I can do it even better. We're in rural Chiang Mai, north of the city of Chiang Mai. At this school, we have about 60 children, of whom 42 are residential children, who are Lisu or Hmong children. Most of these children come from backgrounds where they've been abandoned by their parents, or in some cases, where one or both parents are in prison. So these children were from village schools, which are typically very inferior, and in many cases they end at grade 3 or 6. The difference we're making in these children's life is that they will have much more opportunity in the future to get good jobs. They'll have a much more enriched life. There's a famous parable by Lauren Isley that explains both the name of the Starfish Country Homeschool and somewhat my philosophy on the programs that we operate here in Chiang Mai. So the story goes, at dawn, an old man was walking along the beach where thousands of starfish were stranded and lay dying because of the low tide. The man saw a little boy throwing them back into the sea. Thinking himself very wise, he said to the boy, "Why are you doing that? It won't make any difference." The boy bent down, picked up the starfish, threw it back into the sea and said, "It makes a difference to this one."